Good evening again, everyone. Well, I wasn't expecting to do this kind of YouTube just at the moment, but a lot of you guys know I've got a vintage 1969 Corvette race car. It was an old B production and a GT1 car. I bought it from a guy by the name of Gary Davis here in St. Louis, and I got it in an estate sale down in central Missouri, down near Potosi. Anyway, if you guys go look at some of my older videos, and I'll put some links here to it, but I got the car in September, end of August of 2016. I got the car back on the track and racing first time in June of 2017. Long story short, I had rebuilt all the existing motor and stuff that came with the car, and I blew it up last year, actually June of 2019, so it's been sitting for a year and a half. And with COVID, I didn't bother rebuilding it last year, and then wasn't sure how the finances were going to be with COVID. Everybody knows that old story. So anyway, I kind of got really aggressive. I found a motor last year, didn't build it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so bring us to the last 10 days. I got pretty aggressive about trying to find a motor, and I found one through an old friend from high school, Chip Hackman at CMC Racing here in the St. Louis area, and also called via some recommendations through some friends on Facebook who may be watching this through the Small Block Chevy Club. And actually these guys came through St. Louis Cars and Caffeine, Cars and Coffee actually. Anyway, got a lot of referrals to AMT racing engines, and turns out they also do the motors for All-Star Dodge, their drag car, who my brother-in-law works with for their vintage drag racing team. So, or Nostalgia, I think it's Nostalgia Drag Racing Series. Very competitive car, very competitive motors, and they do very well. So anyway, I called Doug and Tim at AMT, and they didn't have anything at first, and then they found a motor under a workbench that met our specifications for the group that I run with, which is SVRA, Sports Car Vintage Racing Association. So that started last Wednesday. I ran up there and saw the motor on Thursday, met with Doug and Tim, and took some parts up there this Saturday, some of the parts off my old motor that I lunched. And I'll put some pictures in this video of the old motor. Actually, I'll put them right here. There's our see-through piston number, say 135. That one took the brunt. I'll show you the head later. There's our push rod assembly, our valve assembly here on this side that's not destroyed. That's an antique old Gold Series Crower, I believe. So that's what came with the car. I'm sure my builder would like to have not put that in there, but that's what we had. So anyway, stay with us. I got some more going on here, guys. Watch the end. Thanks. So back to this one. So this new motor, Chevy block, Chevy crank, but it's been shot peened. H-beam rods. It's bored 30 over, which is allowed in our class. About 11.5 to 1 compression, Crower cam, valve train, etc., etc. And I'll show you some pictures here later. So getting the motor together, and we're doing everything we can. I should have the motor done, assembled with my parts, my dry sump. This wasn't a dry sump motor that I bought, but we're going to put the dry sump system on it, all the drive gear, etc., etc., and get it back running again. So I should have it back by Friday if I can get a water pump, or sorry, an oil pump for the dry sump this week, and get on a dyno as early as next Saturday, which would get me the motor back here in about 7 to 10 days from now. Today's Sunday the 18th, or 17th, I guess it is 17th, isn't it? 17th. So that'll get me the motor back in a week or so, and I can get it back in the car and get some of the other things I need to get tidied up, make sure all the brakes and everything are working, and I'll go through some videos here as we get this together. But thought I'd share it. Thought you guys might get a kick out of it. I know this is a long introduction, but the race car guys will appreciate it. If you're not a race car guy, you may not care. So maybe you skip through this portion. But here's some pictures of everything that's going on. So you just showed you pictures of the motor. Saturday, when I took this up to Doug, we decided we better look at the oil pump and make sure everything's all right. But this thing kind of destroyed itself too. As you can see here, those should be smooth. These gears run inside of here, and there should be a seal of oil along these, and they'll spin and suck the oil into the system on the scavenge side or the pump side, the feed side. So if it was on the feed side, it would be pumping oil out through here into the motor on the filter side and then into the motor. The other side will pump oil back into there's 3 cylinders here, 3 chambers, one here that we took off, and then this one fits on the end. Anyway, the chambers are all chewed up. The teeth are, you can see it in this one. Yeah, you can see a little bit there, but the teeth are all mangled up on this, the gears. So glad we found this. It was the first thing that Doug wanted to look at, so timing-wise, just trying to get another one. So that's the starter parts going that we got to replace. And we'll get into this more as we go. I'm going to pull the pan off and the front accessories. We're going to pull the pump off. I'm sorry, the pan off and the front accessories now, and get them off. Get these off and sent over to. Actually, I'm going to get this pan cleaned up. Obviously, repainted. And I got to get the front drive accessories off of here, and those will go on the new motor. I've got a brand new water pump. The oil pan will go back on. Get it cleaned up, etc., etc. That'll go on the new motor. The motor mounts will go on the new motor. All the top, we run a Performer 7101 Edelbrock intake, Holley carburetor, MSD ignition, and it's going to be exciting. So stick around, guys. I'm going to try and keep these videos short, keep the watch time down for you guys, but pretty exciting. I hope you all be interested in it, and I'll be sharing this probably primarily on a couple of the Corvette racing sites, Small Block Chevy site, Registry of Corvette Race Cars, which is a private group, but a great bunch of guys, and racing HSR and CVRA and SVRA, which are all acronyms for various vintage racing groups. But look forward to getting this all done and being back up there again. So we'll get the front assembly off the front of the crank first. And these should not be pressed in, so hopefully they'll come out with some ease. Step 1. So next is get all the pan bolts off, and there's a bazillion of them, 3/8 inch. Some are smaller than that. That's weird. Okay, so it's 3/8 on the corners and 5/16 in the middle. So those of you who also know me know I don't like my stuff dirty, so I had to wipe everything off before we get too far into this. So we're bagging everything up. These are 5/16 along the perimeter of the pan. They're not in here very tight. I think specs only call for like 5 or 15 pounds or something stupid like that. So anyway, none of it's in here very tight. I'm going to speed through this because you don't want to see me undoing pan bolts. So we'll put this on high speed. guys, we're back to regular speed. A couple things here just to point out if you're new to the engine building stuff, or new to the assembly of engines. But this old steel pan, you'll see there's some tabs on here that are thickened at the corners, so you make sure you get the face of the pan to stay down tight. So I don't like prying on these pans. People do, but I want to reuse this pan, so I'm going to put the razor knife around the edge of it here in a second. But I do not pry in the pan because I don't want to bend the face of it, and then you never get them to seal up properly. So I'm going to get a razor blade and see if I can't get it in the... So we are back to this. There we go. And it's got some silicone. Oh, that may be from around the oil pickup. Okay. The pan is off. Oh, we're finding engine parts. That's part of the piston. Yikes. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too full of parts. So I'll show you here in a second, but it does look like something had an impact with the bottom of the pan here, which we'll get into. So a little cleanup here, guys. I got everything labeled, as I'm sure anybody who's done a motor does. So we're just doing a little cleanup. Tonight was just to get the pan off, show you guys kind of what's going on, give an introduction to what's happening here shortly. And keep an eye out on the channel if you are interested in some of our race car stuff. And we'll get into... I'm not going to mess with this block that much. I might do a few more videos. I just found a bunch of parts in the bottom of this pan that I think are more than the sum of this piston. So anyway, I will share that with you guys, and going up to AEMT tomorrow to see Doug and drop this front belt and pulley assembly off. And I don't think I'll get this pan cleaned tonight because it's already almost midnight. So I'll probably have to make another trip up there on Tuesday to get the pan dropped off, but he won't do that immediately anyway. So anyway, good to catch up, guys. Please stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button so you see what goes on next. And like the videos, please. We're trying to grow the channel and trying to do our best. We got some exciting things coming up the next 45 days. We're going to go through this, putting the race car back together. We're going to go through, when that's done, I'll vlog a little bit on my way down to Sebring, Florida with the race car and trailer in my Ram 1500 Limited truck, which I've also done a review on, which you can see in the videos. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Stay with us, guys. Again, like, subscribe, and please comment down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon. If you want to get some more information on vintage racing, you can go to HSR.com, or the group that I run with, which a lot of my buddies run with, SVRA, Sports Car Vintage Racing Association. We've got 17 races through the season. First one being here at Sebring. I think there's one at Roebling Road after that, and then March going up to Charlotte to run the Roval, the road course. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. Road America, Laguna Seca, Watkins Glen in September, all kinds of fun stuff. So stay tuned. Look forward to catching up, guys.